Hello, you're watching Lightwork Healing, and my name is Kimberly, and I am a tarot reader. Today, we're not going to do a tarot. We're going to have a chit chat, and we're going to talk about some stuff. And then I have some oracle cards that I pulled for this specifically. And by pulled, I don't mean I shifted through the deck. I mean I shuffled them and then choo-choo. But, yeah, I want to talk about bad habits and addictions. With the new year starting, a lot of people set intentions and goals. Some people set, positive thing. Well, I don't want to say positive versus negative. Some people say, I want to go on a trip, or I want to complete this certification or complete this course, or I intend to lose weight. Another one that's very common is I intend to get rid of some bad habits or get rid of this addiction. So we're just going to talk about that because the struggle is real and it is a journey and it is not easy. There are things that a lot of things online that will lead you to believe that it's easy and, oh, it's a so many step program and you'll be fine. And other people who have had their own struggles and tell you, oh yeah, I quit that and it was a snap. I was addicted to cigarettes and I quit smoking. And during my journey of getting rid of something in my life, there's a lot of people that would tell me, oh, that's no big deal. I just woke up one day and I decided I didn't want it anymore and I never craved it again. Well, good for you. Everybody's journey is different. And the flip side of that is there's people that have been trying to quit the same thing for the past 10, 12 years, and they struggle with it. It's real. It's difficult. So that's what's on my heart, and I hope that this really helps some people. So let's get into it. Okay. Bad habits and addictions. I think really the first thing that I want to say to people who are trying to release these things from having a hold on their lives. One, good for you. And two, be very kind and compassionate to yourself during your journey because it's not easy. It's very difficult. I'm going to talk about some of my experiences, and I hope that this will really connect for some of you. And so when I was quitting smoking, that was probably one of the hardest things for me that I have had to quit, or that I really struggled with during my process of letting it go. I've been successfully nicotine free a few times in my life, and then I've gone back to it. So for people who don't understand addiction, it's very real. It's a mental game. As well as a physical one. There are very physical aspects of addictions where your body will scream for something and it doesn't feel like you have a lot of control over it. And then once the body quells, once the body gets okay with the not having of these things, it's a mental thing because your mind screams at you and it's like, no, these are the steps. This is the route that we take when we are feeling this way. We go and rely on this substance or this activity or this whatever it is that you might be addicted to. So when your mind is screaming at you and when your body is screaming at you, and if you take a step backwards, remind yourself to have compassion, because it's a very hard struggle, okay? That's one of the biggest things that I can tell anybody who's dealing with this, is be compassionate towards yourself. Do not beat yourself up. You are already restructuring yourself to a certain degree. So, what are some of the things that really help me overcome the pull, or the mental and physical demands of, I want it now, I need to have it now? I think one of the biggest things is you, as a person, have to determine what it is that you don't want in your life anymore. Excuse me, I have people reaching out to me. I'm just clearing my messages there. So, one, determine what it is that you don't want in your life anymore. And then once you determine it, whether it's a bad habit or an addiction, you know, is it biting your nails? Is it eating your boogers? Or, I don't know, some people like to smell their farts. Not me. My farts smell like roses. So gross. You know, drinking, smoking, drugging, sexing, whatever it is, you have to determine that you don't want it in your life, and that you just don't want it anymore. You literally, because it's such a mental game, you have to be of the mindset that you don't want it anymore. You cannot quit for another person. You cannot quit for a circumstance. Maybe you can quit for a period of time for a person or for a certain circumstance, but it will not stay. It will not stay unless you have come to the own conclusion in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, in your body, that you don't want it in your life for you. Okay? It's the whole old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force the horse to drink. So it's the same thing. You have to mentally steel yourself, temper yourself, that this is a journey for you, and that these are going to be, that at the completion of this journey, that the benefits of this change are going to be for you, not for anybody else, not for anything else, but for you. That was one of the biggest things, you know. I had been incentivized to quit smoking, and I did it, you know. Somebody offered me a beautiful diamond necklace, and I was like, yes, I will not smoke nicotine for 6 months for that beautiful diamond necklace. And don't you know, I got that necklace, and it was great and beautiful, and I still have it, and I loved it. Yeah, but I don't know how long it was, 3-6 months later, boop, right back in my mouth. Nasty. I was a nasty girl. Yeah. So that's number one. You really gotta get right with yourself and determine that you are ready to release these things. And then the other thing is, when you're going through it, you get the pull. You get the pull. Oh my God, I want to stick my finger in my mouth and bite my nails. Oh my God, I want to pick my nose and eat my boogers. Whatever it is. I want to go smoke a cigarette. I need a drink now. My mouth is watering. You don't understand. My mouth is watering just from looking, seeing that drink, smelling that drink. I want it. Oh, I'm shaking. I need it now. You know? And maybe you do need it now. But you might not want to need it. And you have to draw the line and distance yourself from it. And one of the ways that I created distance between me and this object of my desires was to continually be present in those moments where my body or my mind is screaming for it. And the question that I asked myself was, if I do that, what is the long-term benefit to me? Is me partaking in this going to do benefits for my greater good? Will this help me in my future? Will this help me along my current path? What is the benefit of this? So when you ask yourself these questions, as when you're in the early stages of quitting, your mind is going to say, oh, the benefit is I'm not going to shake. My mouth will stop salivating. I will slake my thirst. By putting that cigarette in my mouth, I'm not going to feel so angry. I'm going to be able to calm myself. And these are the things that start to play in your mind when you quit something, is all the benefits of why you should. How it's gonna ease it. But the more you ponder on these questions, the more you will realize that this is very temporary. These are things that do not last. You are letting a substance, a habit, dictate how you live your life and what controls you. And that's really scary. That's really scary to think about. I spent much time with an alcoholic once, and I remember this person really valued me. They told me that they valued me, that I was important to their life. And I remember one day we had an argument, and the solution to the argument was for this person to go and have a drink, instead of seeing it right with me. And that was eye-opening for my own addictions, because it's easy to go, oh, instead of, oh. But, I just thought, what a load of garbage. This person values me, but they're prioritizing something that they can buy on a shelf instead of making me a priority. I cannot be purchased off a shelf. My time is valuable. My personage is, I am intrinsically valuable. Why would I want to feel this way? So, these are some of the questions that, this is such a hard subject. I'm having a hard time with this today. But it's something that needs to be talked about, and maybe this won't be the most beautiful or comprehensive video, but if it helps one person, then it helps one person, and that's what I'm here to do. Lend myself to be of use to others. Anyways, so, ask yourself, by partaking of this, by participating in this bad habit, by giving in to the screams of my addiction, what does it benefit me? How is it helping my future self? How is it helping me in this moment? And if the answer is something that is only temporary, then use that as a touchstone to grab onto and say, this is not the life that I want for myself. I couldn't imagine 10 years from now being a pack-a-day smoker or 2-pack-a-day smoker. That was my reality at one point in time. I look back and I think it's gross. At the time I thought it was gross, but it was also necessary for me to function. And then realize how your body functions because of these addictions or bad habits. Okay, so now you have quelled the anxiety. You smoothed it out. You're not having this instant anxiety. Okay, but to relieve that anxiety, what are you using to relieve the anxiety? You're utilizing an outside source. You're utilizing a drug, an influence, whatever you want to call it. you are utilizing these things to fix the inside feelings, okay? So now this gives you further insight into who you are and what makes you tick, right? Yeah, one of my favorite things to say is, you don't tell me what to do. I know, a lot of my friends have heard that. Most of the time it's jokey, but seriously though, I don't like people telling me what to do. Guess what else? I don't like things telling me what to do or how I should be acting or reacting. And basically, that's what bad habits and that's what addictions are. Those are things that you allow to control your life. So when you take it away, physically you have built up a dependence on this. So it does create these things like anxiety and depression and scatterbrainedness. Oh my God. When I was quitting smoking, holy crap, my brain was a hot mess. I couldn't concentrate on anything for more than like 5 seconds. I wanted to scream all the time. All I wanted to do, ah! But as you distance yourself from these things and you create less dependency on it, you will find that you're able to think clearer and that you're not as dependent on these things. So the other thing with getting rid of bad habits and addictions is finding positive things to replace them so that you can create the calm. And teach yourself how to create the calm from your own, inside you. One of the tools that I utilized when I was going through breaking my addictions was being physically active, okay? Now, I'm not a gym rat. I'm not somebody who's like, yeah, let's go to the gym and pump 150 pounds. I don't even know if that's a lot. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. I don't think I could lift that. I'm trying to think of how much I could lift. I think I can lift the bar. That's like 40 pounds. I'm a beast. Yeah. So, but anyways, it's not my thing. I'm not into that. But I really got into bike riding and beach walking. Beach walking for me was a huge success in learning to retrain my brain, my thought processes, especially when I was going through feelings of anxiety or frustration or extreme like rage because I'm not having a cigarette and I'm so mad at myself, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm my own boss. No one's the boss of me. Yeah. I might sound crazy. That's okay. That's okay. Whenever you're breaking these things, guess what? People are going to think you're crazy. You probably will think you're crazy. And that's perfectly normal. Have compassion with yourself. You're awesome and you're doing it. And you are the one that's deciding what you want to do for your life because you don't want things to control it. And that's what bad habits and addictions are. You allow things to control your life, the patterns, your behavioral patterns. These are things that are in control of it. I don't like things being in control of it. I don't drink that much anymore because you know what? I like to be in control of myself at this moment. I like to be present and aware and appreciative of this moment. So, it's a constant, like, when you feel the pull, when you feel the upset, when you feel the anxiety or the frustration coming in, yeah, pray. You can pray. You don't have to believe in Jesus to pray, and you don't have to not believe in something else to pray. Praying is believing that there's something higher than you, something greater than you, something that cares for you and looks out for you and you're kind of tapped into. And trusting that presence, that being has your best interest in mind, that you can reach out to it and ask for strength. Okay? I like praying. I pray a lot. I pray with people. I like this pyramid too. I like touching it. I'm weird today. That's okay. But yeah, so let's just recap. This might seem long. I feel like it's a little bit long. I feel like it might be a little bit disjointed, but you know, the message is there. And I hope it's beneficial to those who have watched this this long into the video. So just to recap, 1, be compassionate and kind to yourselves. Know that any journey, the beginning is always the hardest. It's building up the momentum to get going, okay? And you can start anytime you're ready. And if you fail, that's okay. You can always start over. You can start over the moment after you fail. But be kind and be patient and be compassionate with yourself. Just because you participate in these things does not make you less than. It does not mean that you are not a whole being. We're all broken to a certain extent, and part of the journey, part of this life that we live is to learn how to heal ourselves. That doesn't mean that we can't reach out to others or reach out to higher for assistance during this healing process, but it does mean to be aware that part of your journey is healing, and that's a beautiful thing, and it doesn't happen overnight. Everything takes time. So be patient with yourself and be kind and be compassionate to yourself. And when you see other people who are going through releasing things of this nature, have kindness and compassion towards them, because it's not easy. The other thing is, when you're ready to start the journey and start taking the steps, remember, it has to come from within you. You need to be of the mindset that you don't want it in your life. If it's coming from somebody else, if somebody else is saying, you need to do this in order to get that, it ain't gonna stick. It's not gonna stick. It's gonna go right away. If you're doing it for a certain situation, you can't, to live in this apartment, you can't smoke. That may be an incentive. It might be a catalyst to get you on a path, and it might work for the time that you're there. But if you're not here and here, it's not gonna stay. You're gonna put all the effort into eradicating something from your life, and then the moment that situation shifts, those people who gave you the either or leave or move, you will very easily find that you slip right back into it. So you really have to make sure that it's something you want, not something somebody else wants for you. Okay? And then when you feel the pull, instead of just jumping or responding to the pull, question it. By me participating in this activity, by me participating in this bad habit, by me taking part of this addiction, what is the benefit to me? How am I benefiting myself? What am I gaining for myself in the long run? You might be surprised at the answers that you come up with. I mean, I know a bunch of answers, but this is your own personal journey. So you're going to have different answers. Everybody's going to have different answers, because we all go into these habits and we all go into these addictions with our own agenda. That's the truth, folks. These creature comforts, oh, well, this is easy and it makes my life easier. Oh, okay, so you're relying on a creature comfort and to facilitate some of the things that you want in life, when the truth is that you're the one who's in control of how you live your life and the steps that you take. And it's not always meant to be easy. You know, I believe I've said this in one of my past videos. Sometimes the right thing isn't the easy thing, it's the hard thing. So anyways, these are just some of the thoughts that I have and some of my own personal insights in my journey. Um, and, you know, for some people who look up to others, just remember, people in positions of power, people in positions that are iconic, or people that we put up on a pedestal, just remember, we are all human and we all struggle. And even those that have overcome, they still struggle in different ways. So I don't know why I keep saying this, but I keep saying it. Be kind and compassionate to others. It's easy to judge. It's really easy to judge others. And it's very easy to judge yourself. But truly be kind and compassionate. You are capable of so many things. You are capable of creating the life that you want and the existence that you want. You're really an amazing being. And don't disqualify yourself because you struggle in certain aspects of your life. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be very compassionate and kind to yourself. Okay. Seems a little bit long-winded and a little bit disjointed. I've already said that. Whatever. We're moving along. All right, so I pulled oracle cards. The first one that I pulled was from Messages from Your Angels. And we got Archangel Uriel, and he says, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Wow, that's a powerful one right there. I will tell you that quitting any addiction, getting rid of any bad habit, it's truly is an emotional roller coaster. At some points you're going to be feeling like, heck yeah, look what I just did. I didn't do my bad habit or my addiction for 3 weeks. And then the next day you're like, I want it so bad. I'm gonna cut a bitch. I shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna cut a dog or cut a person. But you don't really want to cut them. You just feel like you're going to. I've never actually cut anybody, but sometimes I say that. You know, whatever. Be kind and compassionate to yourself. I'm embarrassing myself, yes. I will help you release your anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. And that's another thing too. As you go on your journey, release the things that hold you back. When you have anger and unforgiveness inside of you, it is easy to let these things want to eat it up. Okay, the other one that we pulled. Did I show you this card? I am a mess. Why am I such a mess? I'm a mess. That's okay. I'm human. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Okay, the other one that I pulled, which was really appropriate and almost kind of like I wanted to put it back because it's kind of like, oh, people are going to think I have an agenda. I don't have an agenda. Is crystals. Yes, the energy of crystals supports and helps you with your present situation. And guess what? There is a rock. It's a crystal. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. I have it right here. This is in my little work kit. It's an amethyst. Amethysts are awesome. Amethysts are a powerhouse of a stone. And we could go on and on about it, but we're pretty much closing up here. So I just want to say one of the names that amethyst goes by is the Quitter Stone, because this is a stone that helps with the releasing of addictions and bad habits. Yeah, that's what I want to say about this. It's a great stone. it's also really good for sleeping. I sleep with amethyst under my pillow. It's beautiful. All right, so that's it. I hope that you are well and that you know how amazing you are. And yeah, yeah. And until next time, keep well, stay in love, stay in light, be kind and compassionate to yourself, and be kind and compassionate to others. You don't know what they're going through. We're all doing our journey. Let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya now.